Hello, everybody. We are live. It's been a very long time now. We came, what we saw, and we conquered. We're back online. This is the Kingsley Omoefe TV. We're starting a new series called Ask Anything Nollywood. So it's different from every other one that we've done before, right? Because I realized that people were asking a lot of questions and how they can come here, they can join, and all that. So calls are beginning to come in and all that. Hello, I'm live. I'm live. We're live. Yeah. All right. So sorry. These are people are some of our people who usually will be waiting for us for a long time. We've been off here for a couple of months, over 6 months really. And we thought to bring something new to you guys. People are asking questions offline. How do we join Nollywood? And what are those things? So basically, this episode, this edition, this series actually is about Nollywood. Ask me anything about Nollywood. So we'll start off. Not going to take a very long time. We hope our community that have been waiting for us are live all right now. I see a couple of persons already. Yeah, I see Tuj Shobanjo. Thank you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. My name is Kingsley Omoefe, and I have with me my usual partner, my number one, Peter Mantelio. Mr. Boyo, welcome on board.
Thank you so much, and so good to be back. I hope everyone's joins us again. It's good to be back, all refreshed and live on YouTube. It's been a while, but we're back, bigger and stronger. And I'm very excited about this new project, Ask Anything About Nollywood. And we're right here to answer and sometimes get some industry experts to answer your questions. So I think it's going
Absolutely.
to be a fun, exciting, educative, and I, we're ready.
Thank you very much, Mr. P. She told you Shobanjo online already. And Miriam Moife is already she's saying well done. Told you says can't wait, been too long. Mary saying well done. We greet you specially. Okay, Mary is greeting you specially, Mr. Peter, Mr. Boyle.
Oh, hello, Mary. How are you? I greet you
Okay,
back.
so on this series, we're not going to take a lot of your time, but basically, let me just do a bit of rundown of what we tend to do on Ask Me Anything. So we're talking about acting and auditions, casting and getting roles, directing and filmmaking, producing and movie production, the business of Nollywood, money making in film industry, actors, producers, industry professionals, behind the scenes, and everything that has to do with the business of Nollywood. So you can ask any questions that is within or within our purview, not questions that are gossip like and all the stuff. We don't want gossip questions. We don't want questions of
Tabloids.
what's happening with this and all that. So also in all of we want to look at common mistakes that beginners also make, and of course the future of Nollywood. Of course, and the one number one question: how can I join Nollywood, Mr. Boyo? Let's start with that. Somebody they keep asking every day, how can I join Nollywood? If I know you receive a lot of these questions from your from people around you and your friends and the younger ones or people you're meeting in the street, how can I join Nollywood?
Okay. Well, they say the journey of a million miles starts with one step. So the first thing you have to do is start. And what do I mean by start? You have to know that you want to join the Nollywood industry, meaning either you want to join as a cast, which is an actor, or a crew, which is the technical parts of Nollywood, or you want to be a producer. That means you produce films, the business of films, or you want to be a director. So there are many parts of Nollywood. It's not just acting or being a director. Nollywood is a very wide, vast um, industry. So the first thing you have to do is identify what you want to do in Nollywood. If you want to be an actor, then you have to go for auditions. You have to start knowing people and knowing producers and production managers. It sounds very elaborate, but it's not as difficult as you think, because the first time you go somewhere, you're going to network, which is very important. You're going to meet someone, and from there, there's a lot of hearsay. You make friends, you collect phone numbers, you meet casting directors. Just go on your first audition, and you'll be surprised how much information you can get from there. And then if you want to be a crew, there are different production houses that you can join. I mean, we have lots of tools on the internet, on Instagram, Facebook, where you can just type in Nollywood productions or producers, and you just start sending in. It's like looking for a job. You send in your CV, or you call that you want to start up, and then depends on your experience, they might say come in or not. But you don't call one person and say you've called the whole of Nollywood and give up. And if you want to be a producer or director, you have to have training. And what I'm so happy about is that there's a lot of training out there right now for, let's call them practitioners, uh, instead of listing every single one. I'm talking about actors, crew, everything. There's a lot of training there. So if you don't have experience or you think you need, well, we always learn because the industry changes. And if you're an actor, there's casting called Niger on casting called NG on social media. They always listing auditions and casting. Or you can reach out to me or Mr. Kingsley. I mean, I think that's like the first step.
Yeah.
So maybe you can take it on from there.
Well, no, absolutely. You're right on point. There's nothing much to add, but everything I'm going to add is like repeating what you've said. But like we always say, there's no crime in emphasizing things in order. Right. So, well, you can see there are different, like you said, there are different opportunities that are bound in Nollywood, different ways that you can join Nollywood. For example, if you want to go into acting, you start with trainings. When you do train doesn't have, don't, like we said in our previous editions, it doesn't necessarily have to be a formal setting. You can do informal setting, like you can go on location, you can attach yourself to some production companies and learn from it. You can also learn by just watching people and of course going on YouTube and other social media and see learn stuff about acting. And of course, you can also train with auditions. Auditions are also a very good place to start with. Like I was saying to a couple of persons that came through yesterday. I said you don't have to go to the 4 years in the university first before you want to go. You can start from somewhere. While you're in university, you can hone your skills and all that, but always attend auditions. Don't be scared to for them to say no to you. Let them say no. Then you can basically ask. You can, if you have the opportunity, ask why a no was said, and if you even have a yes, you also have to find out why you got the yes. Very important you do that and all that. And also there are so many theater short film school around the environment that you can do. You can also add yourself attach yourself to some student films, you know, just play with them, even if it's skit, if it's just short films, be part of it, you know. But if you're going to go to stuff like directing or production management, then you need proper trainings in that aspect because that is where the box stop, So you need to do proper training, of course, even if you do informal training, it's also expected that you do a bit of formal training. If it's just 6 months, 3 months, 1 month, but do something that so that you won't look as if somebody you're doing something because you saw somebody do it. I know a lot of our colleagues, a lot of friends who handle cameras somewhere or do some or take some shot. We don't know why they're taking the shot, right? But they are taking it. So,
Yes.
but you need to know why you're taking this shot, why you're making some decision and all that. It will also help you to know how you can basically interact with people, how you can manage people, because directing is one major hell of a business and of a job that you are the father and mother of everybody. One of these we want to talk about directing and our experience in directing. Of course, for those of you who like to write, you can write. You can do screenplays, you can do scripting and all that. You can also start by doing stories. And also looking out for other experienced writers or people that who are writers and ask if they can join. You can join them in their story room or in their and anywhere they're doing any script conference and all, just to observe and see how they do it.
I think we lost the connection.
Right. No, we're still on. We're still on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can hear you. I can hear
Okay.
you.
Okay, I lost you. I couldn't hear you for a minute. Okay, yes.
No, so I was saying that even you can ask some of your friends or colleagues if they have any script conference or anything,
Network is
so
terrible.
so you can join with them and all that. I can hear you. I can hear you very very loud and clear.
Uh,
Then we can. Yes, so you
okay,
can,
it's
like I
coming
said.
in bits. I
Oh,
can't really.
okay, I can hear you very well. Like, if you can hear me, I can hear you very well. Can you hear me? All right, so
Can you
let's
hear
go
me?
ahead. I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
It's this network.
I can hear you. I
Okay,
can hear you.
I
I can
I
hear you.
couldn't hear anything you said, so I don't know if you're still talking.
Right.
Okay,
So
I'm hearing
what
you.
I was just talking about script writing, how you can
That was what I was
do
going to add too. We forgot to mention that.
writing. You can learn from that. You can ask your friends or neighbors or family who are script writers that they can admit you
Yes.
to their story rooms or their story labs. So that you can learn from them. Even when we are doing script conferences, you can also go there and learn. Of course, you have a lot of research online that you can learn from. So it's very important that you have understand what exactly you want to go into first before you say, okay, you want to come into Nollywood. Then we also look at production. You can be a producer, you can be a production manager. For those of us who have management background and all that, it's a good thing to start. You can start from the production aspect as production manager, or manage any as coordinator, any of those projects and all that. Of course, we have those who are shy, who cannot go in front of the screen. They can be behind the camera, so they can do that. Then we also have post production. You can become an editor. You can be a post production supervisor, advisor. You can be anything. Even other crew, there are other cool job that you can do,
Mhm.
like being a costumier, being a makeup person, being in the sound department or the art department. You can help to scout locations and all that. And all that. So there's a lot of things that you can do in Hollywood, but you need to take a step first. The step being that reach out to people, try to
Yeah,
network with
it's lying.
persons, know one or two persons and speak with them, attend events, attend film festivals, attend anywhere you think they are doing film festivals or
Am I still
content market
able?
and all that, attend them and all that. So it's very, very important. Right. So let's go to our family. Good to see all you guys back on live with us. Um, Anthony Worry says thank you for joining us. Say the journey of a million years start with one step, which is start. Of course, start. The first point, the first place is to start. So when you start, you've started. Uche Bike CK says networking very important. Of course, absolutely. You need to network. You need to know people. You need to meet people and all that, so you can network with them. And Toju says, "Yippee, good to be here. Good to have you here, Tolu. Toju, good to have you here, Toju. Thank you very much. Amomi Olayinka, thank you for joining us. Good evening. Good evening to you. We appreciate you for coming. We can take your questions. If you have any questions about Nollywood,
Okay, I
anything
think
about
the
Nollywood,
connection is back.
right? So I'm just acknowledging our guests, our
Can you hear me?
community. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. I wanted
I
to
can hear
add.
you.
Yes, I wanted to add something real quick. About acting. So now there is acting for film, and the way
Right.
film has evolved now, you're not just acting in front of a camera anymore. There's the use of special effects. There's acting for AI. There's acting for CG. So it's not just you standing and having a dialogue or monologue anymore. You have to have that technical knowledge,
Knowledge.
because if you have those I don't know what to call it in name and the spots for CG, for instance, like you're
Right.
doing Avatar, you're
Yes.
acting totally different from
Different.
in a scene. So
Right.
It's good to have all that knowledge. We're getting there in Hollywood, so don't think
right.
we're not moving. We're moving ahead. There's a lot of special
Absolutely.
effects going on. Yes. So you
Absolutely. So
said someone has questions, or
yes, I'm going to go online. Okay, Ucha, not Uche. Okay, Ucha, thank you. Good to be here. Good to have you. Mary is saying, how do you overcome shyness? You want to answer that?
90? Well, maybe not 90. 80% of performers are naturally shy.
Shy, absolutely.
So, yes, I don't know if 80 or 85. They're naturally shy people, and
Mhm.
they express themselves through acting or speaking in front of an audience. It just comes out. So what you have to do is be focused on one minute. Maybe or sometimes they teach you think of everybody in their underwear. So now you they are vulnerable to you. So you're looking at them, or just speak. No matter what you say, people don't know what you're supposed to say. So don't be shy or think you're going to make a
Mhm.
mistake. Just speak. And people are there to see you or to watch you. So they're already you already have the audience. Try to overcome that shyness. Yes, you might have butterflies and your stomach might be rumbling, but if they don't see it, they don't know because anyone can spot you if you're nervous or shy.
Right.
You just have to learn those skills and know that people are there to see you. Maybe that makes you more shy, or it's just about your mindset. We're all shy.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of people that don't even like to be
See.
seen normally.
Mhm.
But once the camera is on, everything
Yes,
disappears.
right.
Or once you're standing in front of a hall making a speech, everything disappears.
Right.
So you just need that courage and that skill. Yeah.
Okay, I advise that you start small. Don't try to be perfect. Start bit by bit. You know, and of course, don't try to be perfect. Like uh, thinking, like saying to yourself, what people think or what people say. No, forget all those ones. Focus on what you're doing and all that. Practice every day. Practice speaking. Every day, 2 minutes, 3 minutes of your time. Record yourself and see how you speak and see how you can improve your skills in terms of that. Your eye contact, work on your eye contact. There are people who cannot look at the next person face to face. Work with them. Of course, work on your confidence. It's very important. You look at your confidence, your voice clarity. Try to see how you can speak clearly and all that. These are things that will help you overcome shyness. Learn how to put yourself around people. And people that you're comfortable with, you can ask them to talk about your performances. Do one or two things within people who are around you and ask them what they think and see if I was saying that you can also do your performance. You can do small, little performances or do some speaking around people that you're comfortable with, maybe your family or friends. Let them tell you what they think about what you're doing and all that. So I think that's very important, really. I just want to say that I want confidence really don't usually come before action, right? Your confidence don't come for action. Action comes before the confidence. So you must take steps first before the confidence will come. So it's a gradual process, because if you can get more confidence, will help you to overcome shyness. I think we're able to answer that one. Um, Aderonke Alake, thank you for coming. Good evening, sir. Good evening to you. Mary, thinking of everyone in there on their way got me on their way got me laughing. I know, right? Yeah, Ucha BK says eye contact, voice clarity, and confidence absolutely necessary. Absolutely necessary. You know all this one and all that. So I just before I wanted to say something about the coming to joining Nollywood and all that. Before I forget, it's very important that don't wait for Nollywood to discover you, or don't wait for anybody to discover you. Discover yourself. Discover Nollywood. Nobody will make you a star. You have to make yourself a star. Make yourself available first. Okay, and enter through service. You can enter through servicing by being an apprentice and all that. So don't wait for people to come meet you and say, I want to make a star on. So you make yourself available, then people can use you for production. Like, for example, going for auditions and all, people won't come to your house, to to give you roles. You have to make yourself available by going out for audition and castings and all that. Then you can get the role. Then also beware, never pay anybody simply because he promised you to make you a star. You know, are you back? Okay, so I'll just saying. Okay, so before can you hear me now? No, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Unmute. Unmute. I can't hear you. Okay, all same. Like I was saying, never pay anybody simply because the person promise to make you a star. Legitimate auditions, they don't ask for payment, they don't ask for you to bring anything. Professional auditions, they do exist and they won't ask you for payment, right? Before Mr. Boyo joins us, can we're ready to take your question. If you have any question, we're not taking so much time. In 10-15 minutes, we're done with today's session. We're not going to be taking so much time. So if you have any question, pop them out now so we can forge ahead. Okay, so let me also say here that Nollywood is not a place where you 1 minute.
I'm here.
Okay, right. Okay,
I don't. Why am I
okay.
having two screens?
Yeah, no. Okay, it's fine.
Some something's wrong with the network. But
Okay, but
anyway,
it's fine. Well, okay. You
yeah,
can hear me, right?
yes.
Okay, so I was saying I want that thing that people should not pay because they want to join Nollywood. Nollywood is not an organization where you apply to join,
No,
right?
and you
That
don't
you write
pay.
an application to join and all that. It's an industry where you grow into, And like I said before, don't pay, never pay anybody, or just say because somebody told you I will make you a star, then you should pay. No, don't ever do that. Never pay anybody because they want to make you. So Nollywood is not MTN or Airtel that you are applying to join. It's an industry, a growing industry where you make yourself available, right? If you make yourself available, then you can be cast for roles and all that. Let's take some questions quickly. Uh, Kemi,
Okay.
thank you for joining us. Just joining. Hopefully, I've not missed it. You've not missed it a lot, so much. I was talking about how you can come into Nollywood and my question on how you overcome China. So even if you miss it, you can play back. You see some of this. I will answer this question. Um, let's go. I don't care. And like I said, what challenge do someone face before becoming a star? Did you hear that, Mr. Boyo? See what challenges
Yes.
does someone face before you become a star? Really, for
Uh,
me, challenges abound in everywhere. That every any profession, any job that you do, challenges abound. But the major challenge is not necessarily from the industry, from you as a person. you know are you willing to go the whole 9 yards? Are you willing to become a star, so to speak? Are you ready to put in the work? Are you ready to make yourself available? Are you ready to attend auditions and castings and all that? Are you ready to learn? Are you ready to train yourself? The challenges are basically internal, not external. I don't know what you have to say, Mr. Boyo.
well, what do you define as a star?
Challenges.
Is it fame, fortune, popularity?
Wow.
Because that also determines what obstacles you're facing. Well, first of all, the most important and the most, how do I put this now? The biggest obstacle, like Mr. Omoefe said, is you. Can you deliver? If you do film A
Hmm.
and you have this fantastic performance and they cast you in another film, can you deliver that same energy, that same standard, or do you fizzle out? Because being a star or whatever you want to call it, it's about consistency and
Hmm.
growth. So it's not about just saying you want to be a star. There's a lot of work. Can you do those late nights? Can you sacrifice your time? Sometimes they call you on set and you have a wedding to go. Can you
Mhm.
leave that wedding and come
Very-
to set? Or you have to travel at 2 hours notice and meanwhile you're doing something else, or you have a 9 to 5 job and you're needed on set to do a follow-up or audition or casting. Are you
Mhm.
willing to sacrifice all that? Can you travel, or are you only based in one place and you cannot travel? Can you
Right.
go 24 hours shoot because they have
Mhm.
to meet a deadline? Can
Mhm.
you go for promotion? Okay, we shot a movie. We have to travel to Ilorin, Kanu, Jos, and all kinds of places to promote the film. Are you going to be willing to do that? Or you say, oh, I can't travel. There's so much to being what you call a star. It's not just standing there and it's come to you. No, 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 no. There's a lot of sacrifices, a lot of work, a lot of good, and a lot of bad. So are you willing and ready? Obstacles start with you. Can you deliver?
Right. So like we rightly said, I just want to just say some few things here. First, do not put being a star first. Don't say, don't chase stardom, right? Don't chase stardom. Instead, choose to be a master of what you're good at. you know, it's very important that you don't go at the back of your mind from the beginning to say, I want to be a star from the get go. Yeah, you can have that as a driving for motivating factor or motivating, but that shouldn't be what you have at the back of your mind. First, work on yourself. Get your of course get the opportunity first. If you try and get the opportunity to audition and casting first, then of course you know that there are a lot of rejections. You'll be ready to take rejection and all that. So a lot of things. And of course, lack of connections. You need to try and get connections. These are small things that can become challenges. So make yourself available within the film circles, the film festivals, and all that. So it's very, very important. You know. Let's go quickly before we round up. Mary's asking, what would you say is one thing people don't know about filmmakers? What would you say what is one thing people don't know about filmmakers? Well, I would say filmmakers are well read. That's one that people don't know about filmmakers. Um, I know that Mr. Peter Boy, for example, is not just a filmmaker, right? He's an architect, he's an economist, and all that, all rolling in one and all that. So, for myself, of course, I have a management background. I can do a lot of things and all that. I can handle the cameras. We're not very, but of course, Peter Boyo is also a cinematographer. But apart from, he's also a model, and I also did modeling a couple of years. So that there are a lot of things that people don't know about filmmakers. But those are some of the few things. But if every filmmaker have their different things that will tell you that you don't know about them, you know. So that's I don't know if you want to add to that before we move
Yeah,
on to the next
amidst all the glamour and glitz,
one.
we as filmmakers, we work very,
Very,
very, very hard, very long, ridiculous
long
hours. And even if you marry a filmmaker, I don't know if you're married, the person asking the question, be ready. A filmmaker is almost like a policeman or army person, is always
person.
on call.
Really
You
correct.
you think you will have them from 9 to 5? No, they leave at 5 in the morning, come back the next day by 3. By 5, they're out again while they're shooting, and then they have the downtime where they're not shooting. They're home with you, but they're editing, they're writing. So filmmakers, creatives, they have this busy mind. So we work hard. And of course we study all the time because as things
Yes.
change, we study. Mr. Amoefe will tell you, we study YouTube.
Every episode YouTube and all that. You
Yeah,
know.
we study everything, so
Yes.
we
For,
work
for,
very hard. And
yes.
yes,
For you to also be a good filmmaker, you need to study other professions. Because you must have a bit of physics, chemistry,
background.
biology, economics, and all, because everything comes to you as a filmmaker. More so if you're a director, because sometimes a script will come that you need to put other things to play, and people don't even understand that we use physics a lot when it comes to lighting.
Yes,
That's the way
lighting,
lighting and
building
all that,
sets.
building set and all that. So people don't know that even other, even in economy as a producer, you must have a good idea of economics. Like I was teaching a couple of my interns last time. Right, we're talking about production, and we're talking about I brought about factors of production. So one of them said,
And they
that
were
was
shocked.
economics. I said, yes, factor of production, land, labor, and capital within per entrepreneur is also the same thing I will use in film. So you must
Yeah.
have all this. You must read wide. You must do a lot of things. So that's for that. Quickly, we're going to round up shortly. Let's just
Let me
take
ask
questions. Okay.
real quick. A
Yes.
filmmaker is a banker, a filmmaker is a
Yes.
physicist, a
Right.
chemist, an
Absolutely.
economist,
Hmm.
an artist, a construction worker, a caterer. So everything, costume, you sew, you need to know, have a background in everything.
Right. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go quick because we're supposed to do 45 minutes. We're 3 minutes gone already.
Okay, okay.
But we're not taking so much time. So let's see. The questions are popping up very fast now. Um, how do you cast actors for movies? Do you have or use casting agencies?
We do both. You use
Right.
casting agencies and also you do auditions. It depends on the production. And when
Right.
you cast, you're looking for a type, not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily the best actor. You might be the best actor, but you don't fit the role. So it's
Right.
not going to work. So
Right.
when we're casting, we are looking for particular roles and particular actors. When I say actor, I mean actor, actress, whatever, to fit that role. So it's role dependent, not necessarily who's the best.
Right. Okay, let's move on to the next one. What advice would you give to young ones coming into the industry?
You want to take that? All right.
Right. So basically, for me, I always say that you must learn, learn to work hard, and go for trainings, watch movies, and study people, read, and know about the industry. There's so much that yeah you can do within this space, but you need to read and understand the industry. Of course, understand the industry you're coming into. You're not going to come in the first day and start hitting by millions of naira. You have to put in the work. So work hard, of course, pray and pray a lot, and of course, make yourself available for networking. Go to film festivals, film school, anywhere they're doing any film event, awards and all that ceremonies. Go to them, network and all that because you need connection. They connect for you to be part of the industry. Right. You want to add to that? I'll move. Let's move forward.
Well, you said most of it, but the most important thing is what are you coming in for?
Right.
And be realistic. If you're
Right.
coming in and you say you want to be the mega star and make millions, I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. You have to
Right.
pay your dues. And when I say pay your dues, you will understand.
Mm.
And if you don't take it seriously, you're going nowhere. Take it seriously. It's a career, it's not a hobby or something you do because you don't have a job.
Okay. It's very important. There's something you mentioned. It's not a hobby. It's a career. It's a serious business. It's not something that let me just do. You're either in it or you're not in it at all. It's a full time 24/7, 365, 360 days job that you must put all the best. It's an industry where if you have the opportunity, put your best foot forward. There's no say, let me just try now. Maybe your try now might just be the best opportunity that you have. So it's very important. You know. Oh
And
yeah,
we
it's
can
good.
spot people like that fast. They will
Absolutely,
spot you.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, okay. Oh yeah, it's good. Thank you. Good evening, sir. Good evening, man. Nice to have you. Good to be here. Good to hear. Yinka Sweet Eats. That won't be our auntie. Auntie
Yeah.
Yinka.
Well,
Auntie Yinka, good evening. Good to have you
good
on board.
evening.
Good
Yeah.
evening. Oh. Now you caught me and Peter again. We moved from this man now on YouTube. Good to have you.
Big
Good to have you.
supporter. Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much for everything that you do for us. God bless you. As we round up, if you have any other question, we can still take them. But before we have any other question come, do you have any other thing you want to talk about quickly in the kind of question that people usually ask us on the road and in home study?
Oh, me? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. People always ask that they want to get into the industry. And then you send them, I have this a lot and it drives me crazy. Sometimes I get so annoyed. You send them audition notices or you send information and they say, "Can you do it for me or can you help me?" I'm like, "I've sent you the information." They say, "No, but you have to connect me to the person." If you don't go and people see you, there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing on this green earth or brown earth that will put you in that space. If you're looking
Exactly.
for a production job, I cannot go and do the job for you. If I
Mm-hmm.
send you information, it's left for you to follow up or
Follow up.
research.
Mm-hmm.
If you think if you think it's not worthy, you follow up and do your diligence. Don't
Diligence.
ask me to do the work for you. My job is to give you the information. Your job is to carry it along, see if it's right for you, then go for it. Do not ask anyone, "Oh, can you do it for me?" Or "Can you call somebody and put me through?" It doesn't work that way. For
Right.
every role, there are 1,000 people waiting, and nobody in the industry has time to be spoon feeding or babysitting you because, like Mr. Murphy said, it's a business too. There's an art for it, but there's also a business. Nobody's wasting their time. It's not acting school now. You're in the
Mm-hmm.
industry.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
just
like if you're a doctor, you go to the hospital. They're not going to be asking you, "Do you know how to give an injection?" You already have to know all these things.
all those things.
So
Yeah.
yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Tepi. I put down some notes here. Before now, when it has to do with advice for upcoming actors or upcoming filmmakers. Now, let me just read them out quickly. I have 10 quick piece of advice for them. Number one, learn the craft. Know what you want to do and learn the craft. You want to be a cinematographer, you want to be a makeup artist, you want to learn the craft and all that. Number two, don't wait for big breaks. Don't wait for that. Start small. Don't expect that they'll just somebody will just come and give you a big role, the lead role from the startup. No, you must continue, start small and grow. Number three, build relationships, not just contacts. Like Mr. Paul Boyle said, Mr. Blair said, when they give you a contact, don't just let it be a contact. Build a relationship from that contact. So don't just build relation, not just contact. So it's very, very important. So if we give you a phone number, a phone, an email or something, make sure you contact the person and build a relationship with the person and all that. Be professional. Number four, be professional, right? In whatever you do, be professional about it. Even if it's work out, be professional about it, right? Number five, create your own opportunities, right? You can produce a skit, you can do short movies, you can do your own monologue and all that, and put all this out there. It's all part of the process. Develop something that make you different, right? Develop something that make you different. Then, of course, number seven will be use social media wisely. A lot of us we have Instagram and all the social media and all that. We don't know how to use them wisely for them to grow in the industry and how we can um, become big so to speak in the industry. Social media is a very good opportunity for us to use. Of course, prepare for rejection. That's another one that you need to know.
Mm.
Prepare for rejection. There will always be plenty no's, but when there's one good yes, will change everything for you and all that. Then, of course, don't let fame get into your head, or don't let fame get be the goal. Don't let fame be the goal first and foremost. Then, of course, when you are in the industry, don't let fame get into your head. These are the few advice I have for you guys this evening, this night. It's about time to round up. I'll leave the floor for Mr. Boyo if you have any other thing to say before we round up shortly.
Okay, the only thing I can say, especially to um, newcomers or people new to the industry, your personality walks through the door before your talent.
Right.
And what do I mean by that? Mr. Kingsley will explain to you because he
Mhm.
says it all the time.
Oh,
He
he's right.
says it all the time. Listen
Mhm.
to me, your personality walks through the door
Right.
before your talent.
Right. So,
So if you
thank you very much.
yeah,
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
if you go somewhere with an attitude or
Mm-hmm.
problem, the minute you come in, they blacklist you. You'll find
Right.
out that nobody's calling you. because people in the industry is big, but it's also small. Ah, I can't
Right.
work with that guy, or I can't work with that lady. She gives problem on set. He doesn't come on set. She insults people, or he has an attitude. So your personality also has to be
Had to be
on point. You have to be able
on
to
this
work with people.
right. Right. Thank you, sir. And quickly, well, I have two questions. I want to rush up quickly. Adirunke says, how do you decide on films to produce? How do you decide on kind of film you want to produce?
Okay. First of all, producing is a business.
It's
So
a
it's just like
business.
a business. Person comes to you and say, I want to produce a film. Of course, you're going to talk about the business aspect. Well, I
Mhm.
think maybe she's asking about subject of the film. So that has to do with
Yes.
your
Or
own
genre. Yes.
beliefs and personality. If you don't want to do a film about rituals, and you have a right to say, okay, I don't do that type of film. Or if you don't want to do a film that is a blockbuster script, but
Mm-hmm.
it's palm wine budget, and you know you're going to be running after the producer. The budget is like 5% of what they want, and
Right.
you say, no, I don't want this headache. I'll be running after you. I can't get my things done. So there are a lot of factors that make you decide. So that's just maybe two of them.
Right. So in addition, you must know your audience. You're making a film not for yourself. You're making a film for an audience. So don't do a film that you like, right? Do a film that the audience will like. Because like we said, it's a business. You don't want to spend millions of naira and at the end of the day lose everything. So you must do the research, do a lot of research. The research comes a lot with the kind of film you want to produce. Unless you also do some experimental films, it's allowed, But if you want to do film for business, for return on investment, you must do research and know the audience that you're doing for. First of all, know your audience. Thank you. So Ucha BKCK says, is there hope for someone who is in their 40s in Nollywood? I mean, someone looking to break into. Of course, we want to speak to that. Of course,
There's no age limit.
yes,
You
no
can be
barriers.
40, you can be who is still acting in America? Is it Dick Van Dyke? He's 100 years old.
Yes,
There is no limit.
there's no
You'll be
limit.
surprised how old some people in Hollywood are. There is no age limit. You can be
Mhm.
40 and be playing and look 25 and play a role of a 25-year-old, or you can be
Yes,
25 and have an older face and play a role of a 60-year-old. So it depends on the role and your look. It does not depend on your physical age. You can break into Nollywood at 50, 60. Samuel
mm-hmm.
Jackson started at 45.
Right, right,
So
right,
you're still in your prime. As long as your brain is still working, you can break
right.
into.
Absolutely. Of course, like you said, age is not a barrier. So we have people who are, in their maybe basically past their prime, but they're still acting. Olu Jacob is like 84, there about 45. You see, Okemo is almost 70, not 70 or thereabout. The same thing, Joker Silva, Pete, like we said, Van Dyke is over 100 years old. Our fine boy of the industry, RMD, is over 60, right? So they're still acting. So you can start from anywhere, my brother. For age is not a barrier. They can tailor whatever you want to do. If it's in acting, they can get a role in your age bracket. If it's behind the camera, or if it's behind the camera, you don't have any barriers in that part. As long as you can still do things, just know what you want to do and all that. There's no barrier. So you're always welcome at any age that you feel like you can come into the industry, right? Auntie Inka says, thank you, Auntie Inka. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much. Um, Aderoke, thank you, sir. We learned a lot. God bless you. God bless you too. Uh, Mary says your personality walked through the door before you. Absolutely, absolutely. And Buki Bukola Jogo, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So we round up here. We ought to have. We said we're going to do for 30 minutes, but we know that when we start talking, the community will not let us finish 30 minutes. But we're going to round up shortly now. Let me give you the floor. Let me see if I have any other question that we not attended to. Okay, I think that's the last one for now. Thank you, guys. Let me leave the floor for your parting words, Mr. Boyo.
Okay, what I say is subscribe to us. Let me plug the marketing. Subscribe to our channel and join
Right.
us every Thursday, the
Yes,
same
every
time,
Thursday. Yes,
wherever you're watching from in the world. In Nigerian time, it's 6 o'clock. In New York time, I think is 1 p.m. I may be wrong, but join us at this time
at this
next
time.
week. And we'll
That's
have more insights and we welcome, get your questions prepared. There's a
right.
lot to say, trust me.
Right. Right. Thank you very much. I also want to promise here that I will not hold anything, any information back from you guys. We'll say it the way it is, and whatever. If we don't know it, we'll tell we don't know it. But if we know it, we'll tell you how it is. And we also we're going to bring up at some point in time. We're going to invite some other professionals also to join us. It won't be just only both of us talking all the time. We're going to bring some other professionals also to talk. Sometimes we just sit back and just let us take the front seat too. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to
Uh,
our channel.
one thing you said, this is not gossip channel. Don't ask us who's dating who. Or this is
It's not a gossip channel. We're not here to take questions of who is dating who and who's married who and all that. But let's talk about business, professional. Thank you very much, everybody,
okay.
for signing. I want to say a big thank you to Buki, Mary Omoefe, Aderon Kalake, Auntie Inka. Thank you very much. Ucha BK, thank you. Uyai, thank you. Who else again? Kemi and Kinley, thank you very much. Greetings to your family. I hope the sun is not too much in the heat, not too much in the UK. God bless your family. Thank you. Anthony Worry, thank you. Amobi, Amomi Olayinka, thank you very much. Toju Shubanjo, thank you. I appreciate everybody for joining us today. Join us same time next week. God bless you. Please subscribe to our channel, the Kingsley Omoefe TV. Have a good time, have a good night. Thank you very much. Let me say a big thank you
Mm.
to Mr. Peter Boyo for joining me as always.
Oh,
Appreciate you and God bless you. Thank you.
thank
Much
you.
love. Bye
Bye.
for now. Thank you.